Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday. It's the start of another new week, and I'm trying my best. If I'm being totally honest, I've had a rough few days mentally. So I'm starting off today doing something that brings me joy, and I'm pressing some flowers. These are my alyssum flowers that I've been growing, and they've been absolutely flourishing, which makes me so happy. It's so nice to see. And these flowers are super easy to grow, so if you're looking for something to grow, maybe try alyssum flowers. And they're just so sweet. They're so cute. Look at them. So I just harvested a bunch of these, and now I'm pressing them in this little notebook that I've got right here, because I like to use these for jewelry. These are really nice little flowers to use for jewelry because they're tiny and petite and they can fit in like a lot of different settings. Plus it's just it's just fun. Makes me happy, brings me joy. And I need things that bring me joy. This week is going to be a little busy. I have a store update launching on the 1st of February, which is in a week, and I've still got a lot of stuff to do. I have all this stuff made that I'm going to be releasing, so that's good. But I still need to take photos of everything and upload everything to Etsy and do like promotional photo shoots and all that stuff. And I actually have a few commissions that I need to work on too. I haven't taken commissions in quite a while. And for some reason, I had two different people reach out to me asking me if I could do a commission for them. So my commissions aren't like open. They're not open to like everyone. But both of these people are people that I know well. And I've worked with both of them in the past. One of them is an author. And I love working with authors. Authors are like my favorite people in the whole wide world. And another one is a photographer that I've worked with who wants me to paint her niece. So I figured I would take those. One, because I don't have a whole lot of other projects going on at the moment. And two, I have started getting back into painting. So I thought why not? I thought I'd take them. Today, however, is completely slotted off for my mental health because not only have I had a few bad days, but I have an appointment with my psychiatrist today too. Luckily, I was able to get in contact with my psychiatrist who I went to up in Boston because I have not been able to find another mental health care provider here in Florida since I moved because of the whole COVID thing. I've been trying really hard to not go anywhere in person, and a lot of doctors require you to see them in person before they can set up e-appointments, so I've been in a little bit of a bind. But luckily my entire healthcare team back in Boston is absolutely willing to work with me and kind of keep me on as their patient, so at least I have some people I can check in with from time to time, which has been really nice. So I'm going to talk to my psychiatrist. We're going to review my medication and see if there's anything that I should be doing or anything that I should be changing up. So it'll be nice to have a bit of a mental health check-in as well. But that's also kind of scary, and I always get like nervous and anxious whenever I have like a mental health appointment coming up because it's a little bit frightening to have to like, you know, address your mental health, I guess, especially if it's not been the best. So I'm just feeling anxious and scared, and I'm just going to take today easy. I'm going to do things that I like. I'm going to press flowers. I'm gonna pet my cat. Look how cute she is. Hi, baby. There's a nice big window right here, so whenever I open it, she likes to sit on the back of my chair and stare out at the birds out the window. Look how sweet. She has a vet appointment on Thursday as well, so busy week. She's fine. I just wanted to get her set up with the vet. Plus I think she's having anxiety issues, which is just, the irony is not lost on me, I promise you. Gosh, I am getting little tiny flower petals all over my studio too. This is nice. This is one whole page of flower pressing, and I have all these more flowers to go, so I'm gonna end up filling a few more pages, which is awesome. And look at my sweet baby kitty. Look how beautiful she is. I love you so much.
4 to 6 weeks later.
So it's been a few weeks since the last clip that I made, but I've been on the struggle bus, like all aboard the struggle bus, choo choo. I did see my psychiatrist online, which was very helpful. I got my medicine adjusted because I've been having a hard time. And then we waited a few weeks to see how that was doing. My mood was like stabilizing, so that was good. And then on our next visit, she diagnosed me with ADHD. So I have ADHD, which answers a lot of questions that I have been having. And I want to talk about it, but I also want to sketch. So I'm going to do a like sketch and talk session. I think that would be good, but I just kind of wanted to show my face, like, hi, hello. Also, I dyed my hair. I used the Hayley Williams brand, Good Dye Young, and this is Riot Orange. So I feel like Hayley Williams, and that feels really good. So I just want to do some sketching. I got a new sketchbook, so yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, I have ADHD, which is not something that I expected to happen. But I had been talking to my best friend in the whole wide world, Alice, and she was talking to me about ADHD because she struggles with it too. And a lot of the stuff she was saying, I was just like, oh my God, wait, like, I do that all the time. I have always had like a really hard time remembering things and losing stuff all the time and having just a hard time like getting things done and kind of like just getting lost in my own brain a lot. And I thought I was just kind of dumb. I thought I was just like really spacey, and I thought that was just kind of like who I was. But then I had a chance to talk to my psychiatrist, and she was like, yeah, that sounds like ADHD. Let's talk about that. And we did. And it turns out a lot of the things that I struggle with, lo and behold, my brain does not create dopamine like it should. So I have a hard time doing things, which on one hand, it's like, it's a relief because like, it's like, maybe I'm not a lazy sack of shit. Like maybe, this is just something that I need help with. And I guess you could probably tell I have a hard time with, saying negative things about myself. And a lot of that stems from like, I would just have a hard time like doing stuff. Like I would, like for example, my husband would like be like, hey, can you clean out the fridge? Like it's kind of gross, it's nasty, there's a lot of stuff in there. He wouldn't say that. I'm again kind of projecting, but he'd be like, hey, you know, can you clean the fridge? And I'd be like, oh yeah, of course, I'll do that, you know, tomorrow during my work day. And then I would sit on the couch and I would be like, okay, I need to go clean the fridge. I need to go clean the fridge. Why aren't I getting up? I need to go clean the fridge. And I would just be fighting with myself literally all day. And I'd be so stressed about the fact that I'm not cleaning the fridge that I wouldn't be able to do anything else. And I would just be kind of like paralyzed. And before I know it, it's 3 o'clock, my husband comes home and I've done literally nothing. Like I've sat on the couch and I'm not even doing anything fun because I can't, right? I'm just sitting there yelling at myself to clean the fridge. And I didn't know that was ADHD related because cleaning the fridge doesn't bring me dopamine. So my brain is like, fuck that. I don't want to do that. So that's fun. And that kind of like was bleeding into my work life too. Like I haven't been able to get stuff done for like my store. The commissions I mentioned earlier, I've been having a hard time actually completing. And it's just been getting harder and harder to do things. So I talked to my psychiatrist. She was like, yep, ADHD, you got it, congratulations. And she prescribed me a stimulant. And I was kind of nervous about taking it, if I'm being honest, because I guess I had just heard things about them. Like you always kind of have this, I don't know, like preconceived notion about like stuff like Adderall, and it's like, ooh, I kind of like took like a step back, because I thought it would make me like hyper. I thought it would make me like jittery. Just kind of like those feelings that, you know, people take it like recreationally, and I didn't quite like want that experience. But I took them because it turns out when you have ADHD and you take a stimulant, it doesn't affect your brain in the way that it affects neurotypical brains. So I took the Adderall, and it was good. It was weird because like I didn't feel different, but I was able to do things. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but it was huge. It was amazing. Like I did my taxes, and I haven't been able to do my taxes, for like weeks. And I cleaned and I got some work done. I finished some projects that I had been working on for a very long time, and I did that all within a day. Usually I would do one thing and be like, whew, wow, I guess I'm done for today. But I was able to just concentrate and work for like the entire work day, from like when my husband left to when he came home. I was actually doing things, and that's huge. Like I didn't know I was really capable of that, because I would always just struggle with doing like everyday tasks. So it's been pretty damn great. I actually feel better mentally than I have since this pandemic started. It's like night and day with how just better I feel. And it's been amazing. Like I kind of want to cry because like, damn. Especially because I was struggling so hard a few weeks ago, at like the beginning of the year. I just felt so overwhelmed by everything. And now I feel like I can compartmentalize better and do the things that are overwhelming me. And it's been really cool. I'm also taking some time to learn more about like ADHD itself. I'm still like very, very new to this community. So I'm just trying to take it all in and learn as much as I can. And God, yeah, it's also weird too, because like, now that my cystic fibrosis symptoms have kind of, they're not as prevalent anymore because of this Trikafta that I've been taking, I feel like I notice other things like underneath CF that are troubling me. Stuff that I would kind of just like brush aside because I had to focus so hard on keeping myself like physically healthy. That was kind of like my main goal, you know, and it was hard for me to really address anything else because that was just so prevalent. But now that I don't have to expend that much mental energy and, you know, actual energy into making sure that I am not, you know, sick, there's like other stuff in there. Like I dug out the cystic fibrosis and there's still more stuff underneath. But now I can actually like pick those out and address those. And there's a lot under there that I was kind of holding back and repressing. So, woo! The journey to self-betterment is never over, my friends. But I'm going to take it just one step at a time. I'm really happy that I got this ADHD diagnosis because, like I said, it explains a lot and I can kind of feel better about myself because I can be like, okay, well, you know, my brain just works that way and I need a little bit help doing certain things. And that's kind of going to be my focus for the foreseeable future, is trying to be kinder to myself when it comes to how my brain works in terms of, you know, the whole not creating dopamine thing. And I feel like this drawing that I'm working on kind of like encapsulates that. Like, my brain just feels so full of stuff that I'm trying to dig through. Like, there's just a lot of stuff in there. But at the same time, there's so much stuff that I tend to shut down and not actually address any of it. So that's kind of like the feelings behind this sketch. So I hope you guys like it. Thanks for letting me ramble about my mental health. Like, once again, I promise, especially now that I'm stable, I will be making videos about other topics. So yeah, thank you guys like so much for just always listening to me and always sharing like your stories. It really helps me like more than you guys will ever know. The community that I have like built here on YouTube it means so much to me. I don't even know how to properly express it. So, thank you. And yeah, there'll be more fun stuff in the future, okay? Like, I already have ideas and I feel like I'm capable of doing so much more, so I'm really excited. But yeah. All right, here's the little sketch that I made. I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. I know it's probably gonna end up being short and mostly me talking about my mental health, but that's the kind of content I feel like making right now, so I hope you guys like it, or at least don't hate it. But yeah, let me know how you guys are doing too, and I guess I'll see you in the